What do carp, pigs, and pythons all have in common? They are some of the most dangerous invasive species in America. Every invasive species usually has some weakness. Kudzu, the famous invasive plant, struggles in cold weather. Asian carp cannot survive in salt water. Burmese pythons are not very good at traveling long distances quickly. But feral pigs are different. They seem to have almost no weakness at all. In Australia, rabbits were once considered one of the country's biggest invasive problems. Today, cane toads cause even more trouble. But in America, many experts believe the true final boss of invasive species is the feral pig. There are several reasons why pigs are so hard to stop. First, feral pigs have very few natural predators in the United States. Almost nothing hunts them often enough to control their population. Second, pigs are extremely intelligent. Like domestic pigs, they learn very quickly. Traps may work at first, but pigs soon figure them out and avoid them. Hunters say deer fall for traps about half the time, but pigs avoid them almost 90% of the time. Third, fences do not work well against them. Australia successfully used fences against rabbits, but pigs can dig underneath barriers with ease. They are powerful diggers and can tear through land like living bulldozers. Fourth, pigs can survive almost anywhere. Forests, wetlands, grasslands, farms, hot climates, cold climates, it does not matter much to them. They adapt very easily. And finally, pigs reproduce incredibly fast. Female pigs can start breeding when they are only 6 to 8 months old. They usually give birth to 2 litters every year, with 4 to 8 piglets in each litter. Since pigs can live 4 to 8 years, their population grows explosively. Even if humans reduce their numbers by 70%, the population can recover within just 2 or 3 years. Scientists estimate that to truly control feral pigs, their population would need to shrink by 60% to 80% every single year. But recreational hunters usually manage only around 24% in a good year, and often much less. Meanwhile, pigs continue causing enormous damage. They destroy farm fields, gardens, golf courses, wetlands, forests, and even roads. They root through the soil searching for insects, roots, acorns, and anything edible. Entire fields can look destroyed after pigs move through them, and sometimes farmers simply give up growing crops because the pigs ruin everything. Peanuts, corn, cotton, pigs destroy it all. Even crops humans hoped pigs would avoid eventually get damaged. The animals dig through soil searching for fertilizer salts and food hidden underground. But the damage goes beyond farming. Pig waste spreads harmful bacteria into water systems. They destroy young trees and damage ecosystems everywhere they go. They also hunt animals. Wild pigs have been known to attack lambs, calves, deer, endangered salamanders, bird eggs, and sea turtle nests. In Louisiana, feral hogs damage levees, destroy crawfish ponds, eat alligator eggs, and tear apart coastal wetlands. In some places, they even scare away local scavengers like coyotes so they can feed alone. And in 2019, feral hogs killed a man in Texas while he was walking to work. Pigs are also masters at spreading into new territory. Originally, no wild pigs existed naturally in the Americas. Their ancestors came from Southeast Asia. Over centuries, humans brought pigs to North America for farming and food. In 1493, Christopher Columbus brought domestic pigs to the West Indies to feed his crew. The pigs multiplied so quickly that within only 12 years, Spanish authorities were already trying to reduce their numbers. Over time, more pigs escaped from farms and mixed with wild populations. Today, there are between 6 and 9 million wild pigs across at least 42 US states and 3 territories. The damage they cause may cost America around $2.5 billion every year. People have tried almost everything to stop them. Hunters use rifles, traps, night vision equipment, helicopters, and other advanced tools. Many states even allow unlimited pig hunting with no seasonal restrictions. But the pigs adapt. Many now avoid humans by becoming active mostly at night. Their populations recover too quickly for hunting alone to make much difference. Strangely, hunting sometimes made the problem worse. In some areas, people intentionally spread pigs into new locations so hunters would have more animals to hunt later. In one state, wild pigs were found in only 11 counties before unlimited hunting became popular. By 2010, they had spread into 70 counties. Experts now believe pig control should not be treated like a sport. They say invasive species management must be handled carefully by trained professionals using long-term strategies, not random hunting. Some people suggest turning pigs into a food source, but that has problems too. Wild pigs carry more than 24 diseases that humans can catch. Sometimes people can become infected simply by handling the carcass. Male pig meat also has a very strong, unpleasant taste, and transporting huge numbers of wild pig carcasses is expensive and not profitable. So once again, the pigs seem to win. But pigs are not America's only invasive disaster. Asian carp have become another massive problem. Several species of Asian carp escaped into American waterways decades ago. Originally, people imported them in the 1960s and 1970s because the fish eat algae and pond waste. Some were even used to clean sewage systems. At first, this sounded useful, but floods allowed many carp to escape into rivers and lakes. Once free, they spread rapidly. Some Asian carp can grow close to 100 pounds. They eat enormous amounts of plankton every day because their digestive systems are inefficient. To survive, they must constantly keep eating. The problem is that many native fish also depend on plankton, so when carp consume huge amounts of food, other species begin starving. Asian carp also reproduce extremely quickly. A single female bighead carp can lay up to 1.9 million eggs in 1 year. Even if only a tiny percentage survive, the population still explodes, and the fish are difficult to catch. During warm seasons, some species leap up to 10 feet out of the water when disturbed. Boaters sometimes need helmets because jumping carp can seriously injure people. To slow the invasion, workers use barriers, nets, and special sound systems to separate invasive carp from native fish. Multiple barriers were even built to protect Lake Michigan. Still, the carp keep returning. In some areas, fish numbers dropped by 97% after removal efforts, but within weeks the population bounced back again. People have also tried turning carp into food products. Their meat is used in fertilizer, pet food, sausages, and fish cutlets, but the fish contains so many bones that most people do not want to eat them regularly. Then there are the Burmese pythons in Florida. These giant snakes began spreading through the Everglades during the 1980s. Some can grow longer than 20 feet and become as thick as telephone poles. Originally from Southeast Asia, they were imported as exotic pets, but many owners released them into the wild once the snakes became too large to handle. Hurricane Andrew in 1992 made things even worse when it destroyed a python breeding facility, allowing many snakes to escape into nearby swamps. Florida turned out to be the perfect home for them. The Everglades are warm, wet, muddy, and full of prey animals unfamiliar with giant constrictor snakes. Female pythons can lay around 50 eggs every year, sometimes even more. With almost no natural predators in Florida, their population exploded. The damage has been devastating. Between 1997 and 2012, raccoon populations dropped by 99.3%, opossums by 98.9%, and bobcats by 87.5%. Rabbits and foxes nearly disappeared from some areas completely. Florida eventually banned Burmese pythons as pets in 2010 and hired hunters to remove them. Thousands of snakes have been captured, but experts believe many more still remain hidden in the Everglades. Some captured pythons also contain dangerous levels of mercury, making their meat unsafe to eat. And the snakes continue breaking records. One female python in Florida laid 96 eggs, the largest clutch ever recorded there. In 2023, hunters captured a 19-foot Burmese python, the longest ever caught in Florida. Another female weighed 215 pounds, making it the heaviest python ever captured in the state. Even Antarctica may not stay safe forever. People once believed invasive species could never survive there because most of the continent is frozen solid. But parts of Antarctica thaw during warmer months, allowing life to exist. As Earth's climate warms, invasive plants, algae, fungi, and animals may eventually spread there too. That is why visitors to Antarctica must now clean their boots carefully before stepping ashore. Even tiny seeds or microorganisms carried on shoes could threaten one of the last untouched ecosystems on Earth. And that may be the scariest part of all. No matter where humans go, invasive species seem to follow.